Always look for Jim Pitt. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He's had these other items,
Oh, yeah.
He does a lot to do.
yeah.
Probably not.
The minutes doesn't have you listed as being here.
That was a special call.
That's a special meeting, I wasn't at the special meeting.
Oh,
I wasn't at the special meeting.
Disney all up in arms this morning.
About.
They are.
I'm
You see all the apparatus.
Barbara don't let Dobby home.
Yeah. Say that there's money there. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna do ours on the high stuff. That's great. Here she comes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, somebody stopped me out here. Good morning, how are you all? What you doing? Dessert.
Thinking that we're gonna have before next week, sister's out. I know the date on Thursday. Is that the same one comes for
I wouldn't have
for
said
the year. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I assume it made it. Well, I've got.
That's what we voted on. That's what we voted on.
We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and first we'll call the roll.
Magistrates Miller.
Here.
Davis.
Present.
Blanton.
Here.
Constable.
Present.
Craycraft.
Present.
And Pasley is out.
This is a special call meeting for Wednesday, November the 5th, 8 a.m. First item will be approval of the minutes for October the 20th, 2025.
Motion approved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Next item is approval of the treasurer's transfer.
Motion approved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Spoken as
A and B.
A and B. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This next item is just, I want to get some clarification, maybe some guidance here. This will be real quick. The Clark County Fire Department received a grant for $20,000 to apply towards the truck. We basically are running out of time, so I've contacted 2 local banks that could offer the financing. So I just want to see, get a feel for the court, should I pursue that to get the loan secured so that the fire department can use the $20,000 towards that truck? Any thoughts?
So this is just to get by until the grant comes in?
No, we've actually already received the grant. It's not been deposited yet.
It was only going to cover about half the cost.
The estimate on the truck was $60,000.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, so the grant would cover 20. And we can, the 2 banks I've contacted are local, we can get the paperwork done in time. Or it has to be done before the end of the year. So if you kind of feel like we can move in that direction, I just don't want to go through all the paperwork and then, not want to do that.
Let's go ahead and look into it.
We needed, I hate to lose that grant, DC Energy.
Well, and actually, this particular truck, there will be some shuffling that goes on too once that truck comes in. We'll get it back, we can move one of the older trucks to a brush truck. It's kind of a domino effect, but it's gonna really help the fire department.
Are you gonna pay for the other $40,000? I mean, money's tight right now.
Well, probably it would be a loan, so we wouldn't
Still money.
Still money.
A dollar here and a dollar there, pretty soon you got a lot of money.
I mean, we could, send the money back. It's just that, according to the chief, if we send it back and don't use it, his comment was, it may be more difficult to get the money.
It doesn't hurt to look into it, so I say go ahead and look into it.
Okay. So I'll just go ahead and pursue, get the paperwork and try to have it at the next regular meeting.
I'd judge if you would, I mean, I'll let you know, we've got more than just 2 banks here. Between now and the next meeting, I'd shop it to,
Yeah, we can go to any,
I'd shop it to at least 4 or 5 of them here locally and see what, but that's
About
not
3.
Well, that's at least 3, but more than a couple.
I'm kind of like Robert, our manager plant, I don't know, it's a good time.
Doesn't hurt to look.
Well, I mean, they've done the looking, he's looking for approval to move forward with.
Yeah, like I said, if you feel like it's something we should do, then it was.
Well, we don't know what the terms of the loan would be. We
It's
don't know
not.
what the interest rate's gonna be, how many years it's financed, I don't know what the payments.
So
will
then
look
he
like.
comes back and then we make
Yeah,
approval of the loan.
let's see what the terms are, the best terms are.
We can go 3, 4, 5 years and somewhere in the ballpark, 5%. I would say go with the shortest term. Yeah. Get it paid off as quickly as we can. But, okay. So, next item is orders and ordinances approving the second reading of the admin code. And you should have a correction of the comp plan, I think, in there. If you look on the third page, the 500 fire department firefighter, the $12 was crossed out and 13 was due for that. So we just need a motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion, is second, any discussion?
Judge, I just want to say a few things. I mean, Chief came in and argued his case that he's gonna be under budget with his payroll and this, that, and the other, but he also says he needs a truck. He also says he needs to get the refill machine for their oxygen. Seems like there's a lot better use of our money, that he needs other things that besides increase in pay. I know he's confident that this will save money in the long run, but still, he needs other things as well, and I just feel if he's under budget on this, that'd be a better expenditure of money to look at him with some of this other things that he wants, so I'm gonna vote no again.
Okay, I just want to clarify before you all vote, that also, the change for the solid waste operator position was changed to 17, and then the 20 cents for the
It's in there,
lateral.
too.
So I just want to make sure, you only mentioned the one thing, so I want to make sure you know that there were 3 items.
Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Next item B is just to consider the promotion of Jared Carter from part-time to full-time at the fire department.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item C is the first reading of the budget amendment for fiscal year 2026.
Motion approved.
Motion, is there a second?
I'm sorry, who was that?
Davis.
Second.
Motion is second, is there any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is order to set the salary of the Clark County Emergency Management Director.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that?
Yeah, I have a question. Does this address the
administrative duties of the building as well, or that's separate?
Yeah, if you look at the order, the third, whereas, it does outline that she will be the manager of the Emergency Operations Center, the communication sites, which is mainly the towers, and all the equipment and all EM-related responsibilities.
Judge, one question that I have on it, I support the hourly rate and the hours worked and only the emergency, or it will exceed during that emergency. I'm fine with all that. I think that's right where we were. The only question that I have is, and I don't think it's appropriate to address it in this meeting, is back pay until July 3rd of 2025. Just because it's a special call meeting, I think it says on the agenda, we're just setting the salary. So I think that we need to address that at a different meeting, the back pay. Then we need to know how much that's going to be, and then also run it past legal counsel to see if it meets all those qualifications on that.
So you want to strike that fifth whereas, is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, I'll add that to my motion.
Is that my understanding right, Daniel?
Let's see, I'm reading that fifth whereas.
You get me?
Well, you did, the first one, yeah, I mean, striking the fifth whereas, well, you'd have to strike the fourth too. Because it's saying effective July.
But that's the only place that 2115 is mentioned,
Yeah.
and that's the day she was hired.
You just have to strike the effective July 3rd, 2025, what you're talking about.
Well, the fact of the matter, I mean, she has been working, CSEP is pretty much dwindled away. And I would say more than half of her hours has been spent on the EM position. So there is no doubt in my mind that she has worked those hours.
And she was appointed on July the 3rd.
Yeah, but his point though is if you're going to strictly adhere to what's on the special meeting agenda.
Sure.
That's an order setting the pay rate, or order setting salary.
So you want to make it effective today? Is that what you want to do?
Well, if you're going to adhere to the agenda, to what's
Just not put an effective date, just not put an
Just don't
effective
put an
date.
effective date, just
So
set
that's
it.
the salary,
Yeah,
2115.
So fourth paragraph, we just in per hour would be a period, yeah. And then, and as Daniel said, you strike the fifth paragraph.
I think I said that.
Yeah, that's right. You said that. As he mentioned it, you affirmed it.
Real quick question. With the admin code change that Ernest brought up about, one of the things that I see in there, and again, this is kind of Micron's, the first responder thing. And that's in the admin code as one of the requirements, is that correct?
I don't think so.
Did we not change that?
I don't think so. It's not in there.
I thought that's one of the things that Ernest had in his, that we voted on.
I think it was in there.
So I'll amend my motion to, and add to strike paragraph 5 and to make her pay, her compensation 2115 with no effective date.
Wait, you'll see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mark, to your question, I think it was added to the admin code, but the problem that I see in retrospect, I didn't have a chance to ask legal counsel on this, but have to be something that we're comfortable with, or individual.
Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote no. Okay. The next item on the agenda is consider order approving the bid for the compost gravel truck. Is there a motion?
We've got all this information here, which I don't see an order. There was an order, I didn't get it in my packet.
I think there is one. I think it was just to try to review this and see what direction we can go.
Something,
I think the one,
there was a difference in the two bids.
yeah, basically one's, from my limited knowledge, just talking, having people look at it that are more knowledgeable in heavy equipment than myself. Basically, the one that came in at $189,000 total is more of a light duty, and the one that came in for $245 is more of a heavy duty, more of a kind of a logging vehicle, and it's going to be picking up big logs and those types of things. So, you know, for what we're needing it for, is it'll be split between the road department and compost. I think our best option is that 189, but before you accept the bid, there's several things that need to be done, or need to be find out from this best equipment company on their bid is that make sure that they can invoice separately, one for the grapple, one for the bed, and the other one for the truck and chassis. They have to be willing to do that in order for us to do what we're planning on doing, is paying for the bed and grapple, which we received communication from Frankfurt that they would allow us to use the front money on that, and then we would have to pay the truck and chassis out of road funds. And then the question is, we want to finance that or pay that.
I didn't see, well, this one does have a warranty, but it's,
So we could go ahead in the next regular meeting, have an order prepared to basically purchase it with those stipulations. And by that time, we would have finance rates
I was gonna, go ahead.
through CAECO. That way you'd have an entire package to vote on.
My question back to warranty, it just says warranty standard. You know, doesn't tell you what the warranty is. Is it 1 year, 2 months, 3 years? I mean, this is standard warranty for MV series. I don't know what that is.
I know you're talking about the best equipment.
Yeah, so without some sort of surety on a substantial warranty with this, both pieces of equipment, I'd have a difficult time.
How about this, I'll make a motion that we table this to our next week's meeting, and the judge will find out the exact warranty on that vehicle. Also provide us loan options from CAECO, and have communication with best equipment companies that they will divide those into 2 invoices, so they'll receive 2 different checks, and assurance from Frankfurt, so we can use the 80,000 or.
How much was it?
The grant.
How much was the grant, you remember?
The grant was $275, but the total amount of the
We could only use part of it.
equipment, so it looks like 889, let's see, 89 would be what we could use for the grant. That looks to be for the bed and the gravel. And then
Another 90,000.
93,000, 111 would be for the truck chassis.
So, but the the county will still be responsible for about half of that.
The road department, yes.
Yeah, the road department.
Which doesn't affect our general fund.
And the road department, just fresh, I know we talked about that a couple of meetings, maybe the last meeting. We have sufficient road in the equipment line of the road department to pay their end of it. I thought we did.
So it seems like usually when they buy dump trucks, don't we usually finance dump trucks when they buy those? I mean, we don't pay cash for those, do we?
No, I think we're financing.
Hmm.
I mean, I think we financed that.
But the payments are coming out of the road fund. Oh, I thought you meant you was gonna pay cash for it.
Because in our previous conversations, we had discussed that, this could be a dual purpose.
I understand that, but I misunderstood. You said, I thought they were gonna pay cash for it, but the payments will come out of the road department fund. Okay.
Out of their equipment line item.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and back to the other item on the agenda we talked about, which was the truck financing, in terms of the financing. Is there any possibility we could roll our portion of that that brush truck into this CAECO financing for the grapple truck, or does those have to be kept separate and apart?
I'll find out.
The only negative, or the only issue that I think could arise from that is that you've got the payment coming out of two different
You have to segregate where it's
And I think it's easier, I mean, I think we have payments now, and I don't know if they break, Mary, do they break that out now on the payments? And so if we have one big payment, they can amortize out what the payment comes from each fund?
They all come separate.
Each one is
Each one
separate
is separate.
invoice.
Yeah.
It'd probably be best, in my opinion, to keep it separate.
If you're going to take out a loan for the truck through the road department, I think you're gonna have to create a new line item for a loan and not pay that out of equipment. Would that be correct, Mary? What do you think?
We could
That would
transfer,
be,
you just got the appropriations, you could take the appropriations, and create a transfer, and create a new line item.
Okay.
Okay, motion will be then to table this to the next regular meeting and to maybe gather this information and have it presented. Is there a motion for that?
I'll start with the motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion second. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is a change, if you will, amendment to the agreement between the Clark County Fiscal Court and CSX Railroad concerning the bridge on Red River there, the CSX Railroad Bridge. County attorney has reviewed this, basically is, I assume, okay with the response. So what it boils down to in very simplistic terms, in the first agreement, it referenced grant money. The agreement said as long as the fiscal court can acquire grant money. And so, then I was contacted by the railroad, and so what happens is they're saying, well, now this is technically not grant money, it's state federal bridge money. So what the railroad did, they just wanted to take out everything out of the contract or the agreement that referenced grant money. And that's basically the changes between your old copy and the new copy.
Well, it's already been signed, why would we want to change it?
Railroad wanted to change.
I mean, there's really no need, I mean, it's signed, it's sealed, it's agreed upon.
Well, they just didn't.
Just because they changed their mind,
No, they.
it really doesn't affect anything.
I'm not an attorney, that's what the railroad requested, and
I'd
my
like-
attorney was okay with this.
I'd like to request that they build the bridge themselves, but that don't mean it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. I'm great with the agreement we made in February.
Well, right now, there was, one of the holdups was that the railroad, unbeknownst, or maybe District 7 wasn't aware of, but the bridge has to extend beyond CSX property line. So the initial design was from abutment to abutment, which that is inside of the CSX property line. So their new requirement is the bridge must extend past their property line. So
How far is that?
I think on this one, it's like another 3 or 4 or 5 feet on each end.
Does
So,
that mean the county has to acquire property now?
I think it's already been done.
I don't think we
the
can
county
leave it.
gets required, I think just, Franklin.
Part right away.
Yeah. So, that has been finalized, approved, I guess. CSX has signed off on it. The drawings have been sent to their review process in Florida, Jacksonville, I think. And the last word I heard, they are on schedule to have them back in about 30 days. Once it comes back, then District 7 will go out to bid. Once they're figuring 30 days on that. Once they get the bids back in, they award the bids for construction, hopefully sometime February or March. And then get construction to have the bridge completed, hopefully again, by maybe July. That's kind of the plan.
So it looks like in the revised version, Judge, they struck out the grant application
Yes,
condition,
yes,
which you said the county attorneys looked at this.
yes.
Manager Blanton Davis, if y'all remember correctly, several months ago, when we realized that it wasn't going to be a grant, if I remember correctly, and I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but if I remember correctly, the county attorney advised that we needed to update that contract because it was stipulated based on those grant funding. And I think that's why it was amended.
The county attorney saying,
Yes.
I motion approved.
We have a motion, second, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. No. Next regular meeting will be Wednesday, November 12th, at 8:30 in this room. Next item is adjourned.
So moved.
Second. Motion second, we're adjourned.
Aye.
Oh,